Become an all-too-common defect, potentially impacting thousands of pools across Central Texas. The KVUE Defenders first told you about concrete cancer back in April.
Since then, KVUE has shown how it's devastated homeowners, triggered hundreds of lawsuits, and caused many pool builders and concrete companies to go bankrupt. KVUE's Darynisha Heron joins us now live here in the studio. Darynisha, this problem's now affecting the local real estate market.
That's right, Brian and Quita. Experts say pools built between 2017 and 2023 are at risk of alkali silica reaction, or ASR, now commonly known as concrete cancer, which can make your pool useless and impossible to fix, all because of a faulty concrete mix. Concrete cancer can take months, even years to appear, and we found people are unknowingly buying homes with impacted pools, while local realtors say they've received no guidance from their trade groups or state regulators.
There's like a couple of cracks right here. You can see a frog swimming.
Azhurnikov can laugh a little bit about his situation, but the fact that he's staring at a huge financial hole,
it's totally unusable right now. It's just upsetting to see this.
Hasn't been much to crack up about.
It's totally devastating. We got this house just because it had a pool.
Azhurin says he uprooted his family from Boston in 2022 and bought this Round Rock home, not knowing the pool has concrete cancer.
It was not obvious.
About 6 months later, he started seeing the initial symptoms like calcium buildup and small cracks.
It looked cosmetic because it was just a white mark, so I was not too worried. And also there was an inspection which was done for the pool when we got the house.
He trusted his inspector's report, which didn't even mention the pool. But within months after moving in, he saw the cracks get bigger.
Eventually I started losing water.
And his water bill doubled. Arjurin saw our concrete cancer coverage on KVUE and learned his pool cannot be fixed and would need to be demolished and rebuilt.
And that would cost me around $150K or more.
He says the pool was completed in December of 2021, just 6 months before his family of 3 moved in.
The previous homeowners, have you spoken to them about this?
I've been trying for like a couple of months, trying to follow up with my realtors multiple times. And the only response I've gotten from them is saying seller is not responding, which I feel is very, very weird.
Do you feel like they knew about this?
I'm not sure.
Cody Pools is the builder. We reached out. CEO Mike Church would not go on camera, but tells us the warranty contract is not transferable if the property is sold.
I was not notified about that when I got the house. Not by the realtors, not by the previous owner, obviously, or not by the inspection company. So I had no clue.
Azhurin retained a lawyer, but says once Hotcrete, one of the concrete suppliers for Cody Pools, filed for bankruptcy in April, the lawyer dropped his case. The KVUE Defenders found hundreds of lawsuits filed against pool construction companies and concrete contractors across Central Texas, with many builders, including Cody Pools, pointing to a few concrete companies and quarries for the faulty concrete. And now, with the defect impacting home buyers and home sellers, some say realtors must beware for their clients.
This has been happening now for a while. I've known about this now for a year. And so we are overdue as far as I'm concerned. Big cracks here, coming off here.
Real estate broker Kimberly Mills has experienced the issue from both sides.
We have some pretty big cracks in our pool now, and they just show up.
In 2023, she learned her pool in Leander has concrete cancer.
It was just about that time I was learning that a client of mine that I was selling their home were experiencing cracks. They had used the same pool builder.
Kimberly says she's helped clients remove their pools and landscape the space before selling.
So not only did they just spend, almost $40,000 to have the pool removed and landscape done, but now we have, a loss in the value of the home that we're selling.
Mills says she made the choice to disclose all information to buyers, but she worries not enough is being done to get the word out to real estate agents.
I'm still finding so many agents that don't know that this is going on.
We reached out to the Austin Board of Realtors in April to see what guidance it's giving its members. ABOR denied our interview request and originally said in an email concrete cancer hasn't been brought to their attention by its members. and its purpose is not to monitor and educate members on construction defects. Surprising to members like Kimberly.
You know, that's the most important piece right now, is that the agents are aware, because they're the ones that are helping their client call the inspector. They don't have to be the expert. But I think sending out a notification that we seem to be experiencing this issue in Central Texas.
The Austin Board of Realtors followed up with a statement saying in part, quote, a Central Texas realtor can connect buyers with a licensed inspector who's experienced in pool inspections and knows to look for construction defects such as ASR. This ensures that the buyer is fully informed about the property's condition, end quote. Something Arjern wishes he was insured.
It felt like this was definitely not fair.
The realtor who listed the house for sale before Arjern bought it tells us they were not aware of concrete cancer and has not heard from his agent. In fact, she said she never heard about the defect until I told her about it. We reached out to Arjern's home inspector to see if they knew to look for concrete cancer back in 2022, but we haven't heard back yet. We also reached out to the Texas Real Estate Commission, which issues real estate licenses. The agency confirmed sellers of residential property and their real estate agents are legally required to disclose all known defects to potential buyers. You can see the Real Estate Commission's full statement with this story on KVUE.com. For the KVUE Defenders, I'm Darenisha Heron, KVUE News.
Wow, Darenisha, great work. Now, you can find out more about sellers' disclosures as well as all of the KVUE Defenders and Darenisha's coverage of concrete cancer with this story that's on our website, KVUE.com. If you have something you'd like the KVUE Defenders to look into, send us an email, defenders@KVUE.com, or you can call the number on your screen, 512-533-2231.